Welcome back. So where was it? Oh yeah. So she, as just from my point, she's still got that little hint, like she still wants to help you, but at the same time, she still has a bit of mistrust with the fact that you're on board and you would allow an AI on a shepherd on a service fit. So that's just my personal goal. A little bit of that, of course, if you talk to her, she knows it's you. It wouldn't be you if it otherwise. So I love the interaction with Tali. Two of my favourite interactions on the Normandy in Mass Effect 2 were between Garrus and Tali, because you knew them from the first game, so you got to talk with them about stuff that you done in the first game, which I fucking loved. It was brilliantly done and well done by BioWare. So when I was talking to Tali, I was talking about stuff like I'll say it right now. I'll get to the parts that I cried at in a minute or two. Okay, so as you got to talk to Tali, she's quite nervous around being on side of Cerberus' ship, but at the same time she still enhances your ship. She still wants to be part of your team because you're going after the collectors, and she's basically like, I'll follow you through hell and high water. And so that's really nice, really good. And then comes to one of my favourite bits, the trial for Tali'zorah Vas Normandy, which is one of my favourite bits in Mass Effect 2, because you've got to represent one of your crew, your friends, and of course one of my romances, against people who basically just wanted to worry about the war with the Geth. You got to go with the Quarian Flotilla, which I've always wanted to do because I really wanted to see it, and I did enjoy that. I did enjoy going to it, seeing it, looking at all the ships. I was kind of gutted that you couldn't go back after you'd done Tali's loyalty mission, but hey, what can I say? So I really did like that, and when I was on board there, you got to see how the crew reacted to you, which is a lot of fun. Like they all know of you. Tali's probably told them all about you. But of course then you meet people that Tali knows, like her Auntie Ron, I call her, who basically just says that you're being tried for treason for bringing an active Geth past. I was like, there's no way Tali would do that. Instantly, that's my reaction. That was my reaction instantly, like, there's no way Tali would ever do that. And then of course you represent her, then it turns out that basically the ship that her father was working on has been overrun by Geth, and you're basically like, I'll help. Basically exactly what I would do in that situation. If my friend was in trouble and being tried for treason, I would instantly go, okay, what's the problem? Geth on a ship? Okay, I've killed hundreds of them, so what? I would love to have done that. Which I loved. And then you got to go around and talk to the different admirals and see their reactions and all that, which I loved, which was very well done. Of course, if you know Morrigan, the voice actors for Morrigan and the voice actors for Loghain from Dragon Age are two of the admirals, if memory serves me, which is really well done, I'll say that right now. And of course you got to meet Cal Rieger and Vitor, which were just brilliantly badass. And of course I would recommend you all go talk around there, just get a little bit of dirt on everyone basically, and then you go aboard, you help out, clear the ship, and then comes one of the parts that I freaking cried like a baby. I don't know what BioWare you do this to me. When you find Tali's father dead, and I instantly always do the Paragon thing. No, I'm just like, hug. You hug her. It's just such a sad but touching scene at the same time. I'm near enough tearing up as it is. It's a very well done scene by BioWare, and of course it showed the impact on her character. She's basically like, how could her father break a prom? How could her father do this and all that? She was heartbroken. And it broke my heart as well. I was like, oh, I wanted to save him. Oh crap, I'm tearing up already. And it did make me cry a little bit, and it's just a great scene. And then of course my personal favourite part is telling the Admiralty Board to go fuck themselves. I always rally the crowd, which is one of my favourite things to do, and basically get everyone against the Admiralty Board, which is freaking awesome as hell. That's why I always go around and talk to people, because it gets dirt on them. And then we'll move on from the mission, because I've talked about that a lot. And then we go into when you talk to Talia leading up to the romance, which is one of my favourite parts. It's such a touching scene. It's because you built up the relationship with her from Mass Effect 1, you feel more connected to her as well. And it really hit home when you were talking to her, and she's basically saying she's never trusted anyone to bond with, to basically join suits with, except for, well, you know. And then Mass Shepherd's like, I feel the same way, blah blah blah. And then comes my heart warmed up and I cried when basically Talia was like that, I've been with you since the start. I've seen your lows, I've seen your highs. I watched your face as Caden died on Vermeer, which that speech that she done broke my heart, made my heart warm up, sorry, and I cried. I was like, oh god, Tali, you know me so well. It's such a great scene, and I love BioWare for putting it in there. And then romance, and I'll say it right now, I was fucking pissed that I never saw her face, but at the same time, that's going to be Mass Effect 3, we know that. And that is just, I love it. And of course, Tali's also quite a funny character. When you go to her after the romance, she's basically like, well, basically, here's what I've got a fever, a blocked nose, and my sinuses are filled with stuff you wouldn't believe, and it was totally worth it. Oh, I love that wee bit at the end. That was so much fun, and that's just basically my impression of her from Mass Effect 1 and Mass Effect 2, especially the romance, which is still one of my favourites because you got to know her from the first game leading up to the second game. And of course, here comes the big bit. What do I think she'll be like in the third game? And I better hurry this up because I've got 5 minutes. It's difficult to say. I think that she will become more of a leader. I think she will help lead her people in the fight against the Reapers and of course the Geth. But even though that depends if the Geth are against you or for you in Mass Effect 3, which is going to be a really interesting one. Excuse me. Now, we haven't seen much of Tali in Mass Effect 3, we've only seen glimpses of her. But one scene in particular was from a live stream that BioWare done, where basically they showed off an exclusive trailer which caught a quick glimpse of Tali on board the what looked like with Commander Shepard on board the flotilla organising an aerial strike, which looked really, really cool, I'll say it right now. So I'm thinking that Tali will be more of a representative to her people and much be a stronger character. She will help unite the Quarian people. I'm thinking she will become like their president or something. And she'll be a strong individual character, and of course the romance as well. How's that going to play in? I'm fucking terrified at the minute because I have to choose between Liara and Tali, and I'm like, oh, I can't choose. So it's quite tricky to see that, and it'll be quite nice to see how she'll be in Mass Effect 3. I think she'll be a very strong and independent character, but at the same time still have that same little bit of humour among her. So it's going to be tricky to see how she'll be, and I'm hoping to refer to stuff from Mass Effect 1 and Mass Effect 2, which they obviously will, and how she'll be in there. And of course, BioWare dare just make it that if you romance her, you will see what's under her mask. That is the only thing that I'm kind of worried about, that I really want to see what she'll look like under that mask, if it's a romance option only. I've said this in my previous video where I talked about Tali Unmasked, and as it is, as long as it's a romance option, I don't mind. As long as it's romance option, I don't really mind that part. As long as it's romance, I don't mind. But I would like to see what the Quarians look like underneath there. So I've said like what Cal Rieger sacrificed himself, his suit got blown off or something like that. So that's just my opinion. So if you want, let me know what you thought of Tali. You can either put in the comments down below, or if you want, do a video response. I hope you enjoyed this video. If there's any other gaming characters you want to talk about, I'm going to be talking about Mass Effect characters until Mass Effect 3 comes out, then afterwards as well, because there'll be new characters in Mass Effect 3. But if you have any other characters you want to talk about, let me know. As always, I'm Scottish492, and if you haven't already, don't hesitate to click that subscribe button above my head. And excuse me. And a big thank you to all of you. I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, I think I'll see you all later. Ciao for now. Mwah.